late night hosts are coming out in defense of Jimmy Kimmel, and they're doing it in the best way possible, using comedy and using satire to poke a hole in what the administration is doing. I had those clips coming up for you. I'm happy they're doing it. It's kind of sad that it's come to this. But while that's happening, the right is passing resolutions to honor Charlie Kirk, and they want to actually create a national day of remembrance for him. And Democrats are helping. They're helping. And I'm actually kind of upset at the list of Democrats who voted in favor of this. Before we get to that, I want to show why AOC is leading to me, what is the moral argument on not doing this. Here's that.
Today, the Republican House majority brought to the floor a resolution honoring, quote, honoring the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's assassination was a horrific and vile attack and incident of political violence. And condemning the depravity of Kirk's brutal murder is a straightforward matter, one that is especially important to help stabilize an increasingly unsafe and volatile political environment where everyday people feel more at risk. We can deeply disagree and come together as a country to denounce the horror of this killing. And it is not a license for the abuse of power and whitewashing of American history. Today's resolution only underscores the majority's recklessness by choosing to author this condemnation and honoring on a purely partisan basis, instead of uniting Congress in this tragedy with one of the many bipartisan options to condemn political violence and Kirk's murder, as we did with the late Melissa Hortman. Instead, the majority proceeded with a resolution that brings great pain to the millions of Americans who endured segregation, Jim Crow, and the legacy of bigotry today. We should be clear about who Charlie Kirk was. A man who believed that the Civil Rights Act that granted Black Americans the right to vote was a mistake. Who, after the violent attack on Paul Pelosi, claimed that, quote, some amazing patriot, unquote, should bail out his brutal assailant. And accused Jews of controlling, quote, not just the colleges, it's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of it, unquote. His rhetoric and beliefs were ignorant, uneducated, and sought to disenfranchise millions of Americans, far from the working tirelessly to promote unity, unquote, asserted by the majority in this resolution. It is equally important that Congress does unite to reject the government's attempt to weaponize this moment into an all-out assault on free speech across the country, all in the name of Charlie Kirk. President Trump and the FCC are now cynically threatening to shut down ABC and any outlets who give airtime to the administration's political critics. This is a disgusting attack on the American people and the very First Amendment rights that define us as a country. It is also the ABC Corporation's responsibility to refuse to embolden and participate in this corruption and escalation of censorship.
And yeah, as someone has pointed out, here is just a bit of the list of folks who voted on this resolution to honor the life of Charlie Kirk. We have our minority leader, Hakeem Jeffries, who's now honored Charlie Kirk before he has endorsed Zohran Mamdani, who is most likely going to be the next mayor of New York City. And we have Jerry Nadler here. We have people who just didn't need to do this. Jerry Nadler you are not running again. You have given up your seat. You're allowing a primary to happen. Thank you for doing that. I don't know why we are supporting someone who trafficked in hate. Yes, it was his right to do it, but we don't have to uplift it, in my opinion. Ted Lieu, Jamie Raskin here, It's just disappointing. It's disappointing. When are Democrats going to get a backbone? When are we going to have like a cohesive message that's for workers and against hate? Seems pretty easy to me. I will tell you, this is what a cohesive message does look like, because Stephen Colbert, Jimmy Fallon, Jon Stewart all came out to support Jimmy Kimmel, who we all know now has been the target of censorship. And we also have a Dutch talk show who, I'm telling you, parody is the best way to fight against authoritarianism. Here's why.
We bring you a whole new Disney. There are new stories to be told.
Oh, Belle, you're so hot. If you weren't my daughter, I'd probably be dating you.
I can show you the world.
New songs to be sung.
We don't talk about Jeffrey, no. We don't talk about Jeffrey.
New sequels to timeless classics.
Lock her up!
Okay, now I'm gonna grab you by the pussy. Where is your pussy?
Because not every voice needs to be heard.
Bambi, trans women are women.
Olaf, you are made out of snow, right?
Yes.
So that means climate change isn't real.
Making our company great again with brand new adventures.
I'm gonna go suck Donald Trump's dick.
The new Disney. It's a small world after all.
And then Stephen Colbert did something very similar where he attacked Disney using their own characters, and it's brilliant. Here's that.
Listen up. In light of Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, ABC's parent company, the Walt Disney Corporation, has a little message for all the employees. Shut your trap. Shut your trap. We're warning you to cut the crap. Our dear leader's skin is thinner than a sheet of plastic wrap. Mom's the word, have you heard? Kissing us is what's preferred. Don't insult our great dictator, or he'll hit you with this turd. Some rule at ABC. Don't make fun of Donny T. And don't point out that his neck is mostly flat. So don't you make a scene or mention Jeff Epstein, or your show will be scrapped. Shut your trap. Shut up.
And then I'm just going to show you a bit of this Jon Stewart, a bit of the beginning of the Jon Stewart stuff, because the Daily Show they are trigger happy with copyright strikes. But I think if I show just a few seconds of this, we will be good. So here's Jon Stewart. I think this is brilliant satire.
My name is Jon Stewart, and welcome to the Daily Show. We have another fun, hilarious, administration-compliant show. If you felt a little off these past couple of days, it's probably because our great father has not been home. Father has been gracing England with his legendary warmth and radiance.
I mean, it's funny, but that's literally how Russian state TV is. It's just like that. North Korea is just like that. Now, the thing about satire is you can see how far removed we are from that, but that's where this could all be heading. In a couple of years, that might be what talk shows look like in this country if we don't stand up to what's happening. That's why I'm just so grateful that so many of you have decided to stand up against what the administration is doing. You've canceled your Hulu subscriptions. You canceled your Disney Plus subscriptions. It's what we can do to show, at least to the oligarchy, that we're not just going to stand idly by while you just let this administration trample over the Constitution and our rights. And Jimmy Fallon, who is not maybe the most courageous individual, at least did a little bit of something.
As always, his tie was exactly the right length. And his face looked like a color that exists in nature. And his hair looked better than Conrad's from the summer I turned pretty.
So I'm somewhat hopeful by all of this, but it is very sad that we are here. It's sad that we are here. But my hope is that America is too big, it's too loud, it's too defiant to be controlled by a reality TV star authoritarian. We will see, but at least there are some signs of pushback, not only here on YouTube and in America, but also where it needs to happen to, which is in corporate media. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, please hit like. If you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next time. Bye.